Good morning. I am Amit Wankade from Happening Nagpur. Today I am in Central India Institute of Medical Sciences, Bajaj Nagar, Nagpur. Central India Medical Sciences has been conducting many researches. Now today with me is Rajpal Singh ji, Dr. Rajpal Singh ji, and he is the director of Central India Institute of Medical Sciences. Today they have with them a report of a fantastic research study on stools they have done. We would be discussing and he would be sharing with us the complete research. Sir, welcome to our Happening Nagpur channel. Sir, what was this research about, and can you please tell us to
Right. Thank you.
viewers?
Thank you for your time and all these things. So what I feel personally, people are, we have a lot of metabolic disorders right now. We are high in diabetic, we are obese, cancer, and this kind of diseases are there. So everybody is working on this aspect to find it out what should be done. So there are several things that are going on. So what we have decided, we just wanted to see gut. So we just wanted to target gut, so that we have collected stool samples, and in the stool samples we have tried to identify the role of bacteria which secrete different proteins, different metabolites, and this metabolites and all these things enhances the chances of diabetes, enhances the possibilities of obesity. So in the stool samples we have selected this kind of biomarkers which tells us that if we can understand this biomarker at early stage of any of the diseases which I have mentioned, it might be possible that we can halt them and we can reduce the effect of all these diseases in a minor way.
So this can be done in the case of cancer.
That's what I'm saying. Cancer is really a very tricky thing. We despite of lot of research, nobody have come out with a conclusion what is the actual cause of cancer. But as I have mentioned, indicated earlier also, there are several bacteria. They are generating inflammatory marker. Inflammation is to me, inflammation is a very threatening kind of thing. Wherever there is an inflammation, I think there is a threat. So I guess these bacteria are increasing some kind of cytokines or inflammatory biomarkers which continuously triggers your stomach, which continuously triggers your intestinal aspect. So continuously trigger is not a good thing. So might lead to long-term inflammation, if not corrected, might lead to different kind of cancers.
Sir, is stomach related to brain, or is eating habits can affect one's nature?
I personally feel, the question is very big, how to treat all these things, but I think the answer should be simple if we can change our lifestyles and diet. That we are already talking, that we are already mentioning, but this is scientific evidence. I personally feel if you can adopt some kind of lifestyles, if you can adopt some kind of diets with the help of dietitians, and then you see the changes and you can see the marker changes with time, like after 6 months, 1 year and all these things. I completely feel that diet and lifestyle kind of thing definitely help this kind of disorders.
Sir, most of us, we don't consume organic food. The food which we get, fertilizers are used, chemicals are used. So in your research, have you also found this thing?
No, we haven't touched that area.
Okay. So you said earlier that you have seen excess use of antibiotic. Also, many people also take Ayurvedic medicines without any proper guidance from a doctor. So have you also seen anything in your research about these things?
See, I think we need scientific evidence for everything.
Okay.
For antibiotics, now people are coming with scientific evidence that if you take more antibiotics, then you have antibiotic-associated diarrhea, your gut bacteria is going to alterate, and this kind of complication are there. This is studied. If we talk about Ayurvedic aspect, we need to study it. First of them, they should come with the drugs, give it to us, then we can test it like scientists like me, and then we'll be able to tell you whether it is going to affect harm or not.
Okay. So now the research is in your hand. So how this research would be used for medical treatment of patients?
As I have indicated, we have identified what are the bacterias you can find in stool in a healthy patients and in a patients with a diabetic, for example. So I think these biomarkers are with us, and if patient takes some kind of treatment, patient takes some kind of diet or some kind of lifestyle changes, I think they should come to us and then we can again check those biomarkers, which can use it as a prognostic biomarkers, whether the patient is improving, markers are improving or not. This can be done with this research.
Okay. So in the press conference, you also said that we will extract the bacteria, healthy bacteria from the stools and try to give it to the patient in the capsule form or any other form. Can you throw light on this thing?
CIIMS is not doing all these things,
Okay.
and even I don't think Nagpur is also doing. But there are in big metropolitan cities they are using, and US, UK it's quite common.
Okay.
And very interesting part for the audience is that those who are listening all these things, they are taking stool like for Clostridium C. diff infection. So basically what they are doing, that bacteria causes diarrhea. So what clinicians are doing, they are taking stools of healthy person and they use that stool and they give it to the patient who is suffering from C. diff, and you won't believe some of the people, they are charging for their stool also by donation and all these things, and this kind of activities here. It is called a fecal transplant.
Okay, fecal transplant.
Yeah.
So you said that this is very common in US, UK or any other developed country. So now you have the research in your hand. Also, I would congratulate that in Vidarbha is such a backward area and you have done such a nice thing. But when will this be possible in Nagpur? That you said that transplant, fecal transplant. When it will be possible in Nagpur? When will we will be able to treat the patients?
I think the data we are generating and the information we are gathering is whether the stool sample contains good bacteria. For example, if I take a healthy patient and if I take this stool is going to be most likely good for the patients. Definitely in collaboration with gastro group, I think we can recommend them, we can suggest them under the supervision and their expertise. They can start all this.
So
things.
are you planning to talk with any group?
Yes, we are working with lot of gastro. Our collaborator, UK collaborator is gastroenterologist.
Okay. So when do you think that this thing will become success in Nagpur or Vidarbha? How much time it will require?
It's difficult. It can start in 3 months also. I mean, if after talking me, some of the well-known gastroenterologists, I don't know whether some of them have tried all these things.
Okay.
So I don't have any information with the respect to that thing.
Okay.
But this can be, it's not a rocket science, right?
Yeah.
So this can be done immediately. It's not like that kidney transplantation, heart transplantation and all this kind of thing.
Okay.
It's a very simple thing.
It's a very
so
simple.
this can be started.
Okay. So thank you very much for talking with Happening Nagpur, and your team at Central India Institute of Medical Sciences is always doing researches and all these things which benefits to the society and